Well, hello, coffee time friends. How y'all doing? It's coffee time. It's supper time. We're doing a quick supper tonight, and I'm gonna. Mama's gonna make a cake to take to church. So we got a lot going on. In this bowl, I'm gonna fix this up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you. I'm just putting about 1/4 of a cup of grape jelly, and I'm gonna put this much right here, mustard, about 2 good tablespoons, and I'll go ahead and measure it out with this. 1, 2. Now, I've got some ham here on a pan that we had for Easter. It was froze, it was cooked already. All it has to do is heat up, but I do want a little goodie of it. So while she's showing you that, I'm gonna be coating this ham to give it that little extra zing of flavor. Now, Mama, it's all yours. Get over there and shine.
Well, I'm trying to see why that.
Well, you're right here in the kitchen. Right here you are, Mom.
Right here, right here.
When an Andy Cruz said, right here I am.
I think that's 1/3 of the cup.
I'm going to quit picking. I'm going to mash gently. But what I'm doing is mashing grape jelly and mustard together. I know that sounds awful, but tell me if you've tried it. Go ahead and testify on here how good a glaze this is for ham. That's what it should look like, folks. Y'all carry on with Mama.
Okay, all I've got here is, this is the Ginger Evans. This is the Save-A-Lot brand of cake mix. It's just a yellow cake mix. I put a cup of water in here. This is 1/3 cup of oil. This is what the box calls for. And then I'm gonna do 3 eggs. And I'm just using my box as a garbage box. That's 2 eggs. That's 3 eggs. This is just simple for the kids tonight. I'm just making a yellow cake with chocolate icing. Most kids,
Mama.
like that, I
This
do.
kid does.
I do, so this is all I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna be noisy and mix this up right fast.
While she's a mixing, this is the ham coated in that beautiful mustard and grape jelly. And these are the sweet potatoes. We already peeled them. They've been washed. And I'm just going to quarter them up. Sorry about the noise. But as we usually tell you,
I'll be sure to say.
as we usually tell you, noise is a part of the kitchen. You can't make a cake without a little
Say that
noise.
again.
You can't make a cake without noise. That's just a part of it. Now these right here, sweet potatoes are hard potatoes. So I'm cutting them pretty thin. Because I want them done before next March. So you've got to get a good cut on them. You want to use a good sharp knife. Somebody asked the other night about this knife. It's just a vegetable knife. You see them all the time. I just got this one off from Amazon. I still use all my Tupperware knives. And Tupperware, if you're out there listening to me, come up with a vegetable knife. Because they are handy. Mama's spraying us down. We shouldn't squeak when we walk.
Spraying you with Baker's Joy.
Baker's Joy. What a joy.
And all I did to this cake mix was put a cup of water, 1/3 cup of oil, and 3 eggs. That's what it calls for. Mixed it up, put it in here, and let it bake.
You just went by the directions.
On the box, yeah. I didn't add or take nothing away on it.
You could have, Mama. You could have took something away.
No.
We did a real good recipe. We take everything away. You take a box of cake mix and add a can of pumpkin. That's a good cake too, Mama.
Yeah.
Makes delicious muffins.
Yeah, I'm going to stick it in the oven.
And it's relatively healthy. Now I'm just making these into sweet potato fryers, basically. And they're gonna roast in the Easy Bake. Is that air fryer you're using, Mama?
I've got it on just the oven.
We flip it to air fryer, or how do you do these?
Bake them, so they have to get done.
I'll go ahead and cut them a little bit more to this angle. Now this was just 2 pretty good sized potatoes and a couple of little bitty ones, so
These ones I raised.
these are the ones that Mama raised last year. See, and they're still pretty. And that's kind of what you want. So there they are, folks. You know, the other night we had the roasted vegetables, and we really loved the one little sweet potato I put in there. And I told Mama then, there's no reason we shouldn't roast sweet potatoes a lot because, A, we got some. That's the key to a lot of things we fix, is do we have it? Yes. Okay. Then let's eat it. And we loved them so good, we just carried on about them. Now I'm going to put a little extra virgin olive oil. And I'm putting all these in a one pan. The ham's going to heat. So if some of that flavor oozes over into the potatoes, we're okay with that too. Right on the same pan we go. Just give them a chance to heat, and then we will eat. Now these will have to cook. The ham will just have to heat. But these are nice and thin. I don't think they'll be hard to get them good and baked in the air fryer. Do y'all like sweet potato fries or not? We tend to like them, don't we, Mama?
Yeah, I like sweet potato fries.
We kind of like them. Kind of, sort of. Now I'm going to put some EVOO on here. On the tops. That's going to help them. You all told me to do that. And I listened, and I am ever so glad I did. Going to put a little bit of that salt right there. And then I'm going to follow up with a little bit of pink Himalayan.
I'm going to put some raw sugar and cinnamon on them.
Yeah. Mama's making sure a little sweetening go on here. So I'm going to grab out of this drawer where I keep all that. And it's not the one I use the most, so let's see if it's on the bottom. What do you want to bet? That's where I'll find it. Maybe you are wanting to bet he won't even find it. Well, that says sweet, but that's the Sweet Meat Barbecue. That's Fancy Steakhouse. Here it is.
Oh, you found it?
This is cinnamon and sugar. Y'all's cinnamon and sugar. Now this is a little carby, but not too bad. I'm not going to go cray-cray with it. This is a good blend. And there it is, Mama. Sheer, here, perfection. Are you taking it?
Here we go.
Mom says, here I go. I ain't waiting on you. I'll starve today. Mama's cake's in. Our supper's in. What more could you ask for on a lazy Wednesday afternoon? The weather here has been beautiful today. What's your weather like? What's your weather going to be like tonight? Ours was perfect last night. No cardboard boxes were used in the garden last night. That's a good sign. Means there's no freeze. Love sweet potatoes, Sherry. We do too. Hey, from sunny Scotland. Hello, the Vivienne. Vivienne? I'm not good with names. Good evening, John and Mama Loretta. How are you? I love sweet potatoes any way I can get them. That's kind of how we are. We love sweet potatoes. Beautiful day here, John. And it is just one of those AB days here. Absolutely beautiful. cold and damp here in Ohio. Deanna, does that mean I'm going to be cool tomorrow? Or y'all sending that our way? Or did you get our weather? Because we was cool and damp. Maybe y'all got ours. Sunny but cold in central Indiana. Judy, we was cold yesterday. Now today we're up to 73. Pretty good. I mean, that's not bad for what we've been having.
It's been in the 60s.
Highs on them, sunny but chilly in Illinois. I think y'all may be getting our weather, but y'all have northern weather, so maybe not. Foggy in San Francisco. Is it really, Karen? Do y'all have fog all day long? Now, every once in a while here, we'll get fog all day long, and it's always just weird. I always call it London. It's like being in London, but I guess San Francisco is pretty foggy too. But we'll have fog all day long. Sometimes I drive to work in it, and then I turn around and drive back home in it, and I'm like, it's been foggy all day. Hey, John from North Carolina. Where's that city? Ellerby? Very cold in upstate New York, 41. Roy.
That is cool.
That is cold, because it's 73 here. Hi, John and Mama, love your suppers. Thank you, Tina. Tina, we try to do different as much as we can, but there is a point to where you just got to do some repeats every once in a while, because we're on a real eating cycle here. A lot of content creators will do videos, and I've heard them say they did 6 videos today. And we used to do the recorded ones and all that, but we don't anymore. So if they do 6 videos, they're probably doing dinners and freezing them and prepping them that way, because we've had to do that before too. We just do supper and invite y'all to join us. So if we repeat, it's just because that's what we're eating for supper. Do y'all repeat stuff at your house? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you have. Mine, just give me a spoon. I'm sure you all do, because thank you, Mom. It's just the way everybody does. Everybody's got a rotation, usually about a 2-week rotation, and then they have it again. She's going to use this creamy milk chocolate, Duncan Hines. Now I'm going to tell you a little something about these store-bought Frostings. They're not made to just scoop this out onto a cake. You really need to whip them up a little bit, stir them up a little bit, and it'll tell you that. You can even put them in your blender. I'm going to try to just whip this one up for Mama, put a little air in it, bring it up, put it back down in there, because you want to make it creamy as you can. I don't know if this one says it on the directions or not, but most of them do. Most of them will say on there to whip lightly, or to whip it when you're fixing it. So that's what I'm getting a spoon for to do. And you can do it with a mixer in a bowl, and it really adds a lot of air to it. But I usually do it, phone it in here and just sort of whip it up in the container and put a little air in it, and just by bringing it up and putting it back down in there and stirring around. Do y'all do this? Or do you just open it up and start spreading? It probably ain't the end of the world, no matter how you do it. Sometimes these Frostings get a bad name, but I'm telling you, I like them. Mama used to have to really watch me in the younger years, because I'd go in there and I'd open them up, get me a big old spoonful of chocolate out, and she'd say, "Have you been in my house?" And maybe, Mama.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, if you get a chocolate craving, you kind of just take care of it. You can't just let that go. Mama, what have you been into today?
Nothing. I've been lazy.
Well, you look pretty today. Look at that hair. You don't look like a lazy person. You look like you're all fixed up. Maybe you've been somewhere.
No. I ain't been off the place.
Off the place. Y'all say that? That's been terminology here for years. My whole life. My granny used to left the place in 3 days. My daddy never did get that opportunity. He worked every day, but he would often say on a Saturday, "Well, we ain't even been off the place today."
That's right.
Mama, I hope I got this mixed up relatively
Like you're
well.
doing a good job.
I slopped it up. And look here. Mama, there's some on my hand.
Oh my.
What should I do?
Oh my, what should you do?
Quality check.
Quality check.
I should have got more on there. What was I thinking?
Just
Whoops! Oh, I got a whole handful of icing.
You was trying to be too neat with it. That's
I was
all.
being good, Mama.
Mm-hmm. I seen that.
All right, it says, it is nice to know who we are watching. Hi, are you the admin?
What?
I don't know. And so I'm the admin. It's my page. I started it on my personal page, but yeah, I'm the admin, if that's what you're asking. Sometimes y'all have a conversation, I only get one part of it, and I'm like a little bit out of the loop. I've used a mixer and whipped that canned frosting and add a little bit of vanilla to it too. Oh, you mean liquid vanilla? Ooh, yeah. You want to whip it up with the...
No, that's all right.
Mama says some kids ain't gonna care.
No.
But we will take that. I had never added vanilla to it, but I'll take that in consideration for the next time. I don't like those frostings. They taste funny. I make my own. Penny Heart, that's a great idea. We do make our own homemade most of the time, buttercream, and we'll make it in chocolate or we'll make it vanilla or whatever, but I ain't gonna lie to you, sometimes, you know, when you're taking cupcakes to church or you're just fixing up a quick cake, that stuff are pretty good. I'll tell you how it's really good. Is a half spoonful of that and a half spoonful of peanut butter and just eat it. I don't have anything against these frosting cans. Thank you for the stars, Nyoka. That is so sweet. Is that a party when you got emblems like that? I don't know about the parties anymore. Never use that frosting. So many bad chemicals and stuff in them. It's easy to make homemade, but to each his own. I can't read the rest of it, Renee. Yeah, I know it's not the best, but for the convenience, we do it. We're guilty. We're guilty of that little easiness. It probably does have chemicals, but even the water does. Everything is. We just hope we live through it all. I'd be testing that frosting too, Deanna. I just done one little quality control. The quality's good. Hello, sweet people watching from Upper Michigan. Well, hello, Minnie. How are you? How's things in Upper Michigan? Hey, Sue Johnson. Thank you for watching. John and Mama not feeling the greatest prayers, please. Sheila Hensley, I don't know what's going on with you, but we will lift you up in prayer. And everybody on here will, because that's what we do for each other. And that's the only way we'll get through. Sheila, if I pray for you and you pray for me, I think we both might have a better chance of getting through. So that's the way it works. And I think that's the way God intended it to work. Is for everybody to pray for one another, lift each other up. And so we will be praying for you. Y'all remember Miss Sheila Henson. Good evening. Went through your neck of the woods yesterday on my way to Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Amy, you sure did. Amy Tucker, you sure did. Did you wave at the interstate? John, you could have 1 tablespoon a day of icing. Can I, Loretta?
Yeah.
That's something to consider.
There'll be a can opening all the time in the refrigerator.
That wouldn't be bad. Sandra Holman, I feel honored to host. David Michael, a If you're talking to Sandra Holman, I hope you know her. If not, Nola will catch you and we will delete you. Oh, Susan. David Michael, you gotta go. You've done been called out. Say goodbye, David. Hello, John and Mama from North Carolina. It's hot in South Alabama. I think it's getting warm here. It's, you know what? Since we've been sitting here, it's 74. It was 73, so it's gone up a degree.
It's went up in the last hour or so because it wasn't later, so upper 60s for all of them.
Oh, Mama says it's been going up all evening, so yeah, that's... So we're at 75. Now that right there, we can hold right there. No, 74. We went up one. Make it homemade. Timothy Brown, we would. We could. But we ain't. We're taking a shortcut. Do y'all ever take shortcuts? I have leftover ham, so I made broccoli, cheddar, ham, rice cake. Ooh. Let's back up, Melanie. That sounds delicious. Mom, did you hear that? She had leftover ham, so she made broccoli, cheddar, ham, and rice casserole.
Wow.
Oh, look that up, Melanie. Happy to see you live. Well, Sandra, I'm happy to be alive. That's the only sweet for you a day. I like Cool Whip icing. Loretta Fisher, that canned stuff, that you know, every kid knows the
Ready Whip.
Ready Whip. That stuff is good for a diet. It kills the sweet tooth. You can have a big old bunch of it and just eat it, and it's so good. So, if I am trying to diet serious, which I ain't on a diet, but I always try to keep that in the freezer just in case. I'm old school, John. Oh, you're old school about making icing. We are too. As in, if Mama was making a cake for company coming here to eat, and it was a bigger, you know, then she wouldn't have nothing but homemade. This is going to the church for a bunch of youngins. And not that youngins don't deserve the very best, but they love icing, cupcakes, or cake by the slice. They just love it. This is a quick thing. She's just going to make this frosting in the pan. We don't do that if we're going to have company either, or if we're taking it to homecoming or something. But to me, and Mama feels the same way, a can of icing is perfect for a quick something. Just a quick cupcake or something to take or spread on something. But if you're going to go all out with a homemade, you all know there's different. You know, it's kind of like the difference between eating a little Debbie cake and making a cake every time you want to bite a cake. Just a shortcut.
I was going to make the pineapple cook icing that I
Oh,
made,
my goodness, yeah.
but the kids would rather have
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And since it's their night,
It's their night.
so I figured I'd better.
Now, I'm going to tell you, Mama and I both love homemade, and we make homemade. We make homemade bread. It's equivalent to us of you going and buying a loaf of bread instead of making all your sandwich bread. Who does that anymore? Some of y'all do, because you're smart cookies. But it's the same thing. We take lots of little shortcuts in our life. And, you know, it's just what it is. No apologies for it. It's just the way it is, and we're going to keep on doing it.
That's right. I used to didn't do none of that till I got older, and I realized it's a whole lot easier at times.
Cheryl says, oh my gosh, John, now you're talking. Surely it ain't me. I can talk 24/7 just about it. Mama's the one that don't talk to you. Surely it ain't me I'm talking. You know, I'll talk. You may be wishing I'll shut up, though. John, I can eat the frosting from
The container.
with a spoon. Teresa, that's the best way to eat it, was with the spoon. Just like a Reese cup, Anita. Exactly. Hi, John and Mama. Harvey and Karen are watching. Hey, Cindy. A friend of mine told me to put a teaspoon or so vanilla in pan frosting to make it smooth. And it does. Lois, we could put a little teaspoon of vanilla in this, but If you put it with a mixer, probably better. Hello, Fran Hill from Alabama, Childersburg. Hello, hello. Not crazy about canned frosting, but Dolly Parton frosting is pretty good, believe it or not. Does she have like a can? You said there's a shortcut can from Dolly?
She has the cake mix.
Does she? Mama, this is news to me.
Dolly Parton has cake mixes. I've seen them. I ain't noticed the
I
frosting.
like Dolly. Dolly's a neighbor of ours. Well, give or take 75, 80 miles. She's up for Sevierville. And that's not too far for us. And I like to have her cake mix and her icing if she's got one out. I like to frost it in the tubes. It works for me. Oh, are you talking about to write with, or are you talking about there's a new product? See, there's tons of new products that I don't know about.
We don't go.
Debbie says, I'm not dead. I've ate it my whole life. That's what I say to Debbie. What's for dinner tonight? Some leftover ham from Easter that was in the freezer. It was already glazed and all that good stuff. And then I put a little mustard and grape jelly over it tonight. And I put it in there on a sheet pan with some roasted sweet potatoes. So that's a super food and a little bit of pork. And that's all we're having. We're not having any bread or even any mashed taters. Or yes, we have sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes together. It's like two different dishes to
all
us.
the time.
Now, usually for ham, we'll have a little macaroni and cheese and sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes. We left the macaroni and cheese off tonight. I did. I said hello, John and Mama. Hello, Amy Robinson Tucker. She said hello. Well, hello again, Amy. Hey. Smith said hey. Hi, John and Mama from Owensboro, Kentucky. Pam, we have friends up there. Hey, John and Mama from South Georgia. Hello, John and Mama. Hey, Ann. Y'all are so sweet tonight. You're sweet every night. You're like Mama. Yous are all just a bunch of sweethearts. Mama's always a sweetheart, ain't you, Mama?
I try to be. Sometimes I don't
When you
make
use my
it.
middle name, sometimes I wonder.
If I call you by your full name, you're in trouble. You do that?
Oh, thank you for those stars, Ivy Lane. And those stars, Ivy Lane. Hey, Nola. Nola Barber saying hello to you.
Hello. Hello, hello.
From Australia. Good morning, Carolyn. Carolyn, you're on Thursday, aren't you? You're calling. We just talked to Carolyn from the future, folks. Carolyn, I love that. I love that you've already flipped your calendar and you're already on Thursday. We're all stuck back here on Wednesday. I love Australia.
I'd love to go there. That's one of my places I've wanted to go.
I would like a lot of things and a lot of places. I'd love to be there. I just don't want to go. I just don't. I want to just. If I could just do like what was that little girl in the bottle, Genie, that could blink and go. I'd go a lot of places. I just don't want to have gone. I don't want to. What is a flight? There was a time in my life that I would plan trips that I wanted to go on. Australia was one of them. And my plan was to go to Hawaii and stay a couple of days, then fly to Australia, stay a couple of days, and fly back to Hawaii. And because it's a long trip. Just going to Hawaii is a long trip. I want a little break in the travel. Just to, get my land legs back. And not just be on a plane for, I don't know how many hours it would be. Would it be an 18-hour trip? Be a while. I'm telling you what, my senses are on triple, quadruple overload. And I'll tell you why. I'm smelling delicious cake out of this side of
I'm
my.
gonna take this up.
I'm smelling them sweet taters and that ham and that grape jelly and mustard. Also getting a big whiff of that. And now I got this chocolate right in front of me. So my mind is saying they must be fixing a big Thanksgiving dinner or something.
That ain't fair to have all them flavors going up in.
And my mind's like, let's get ready to eat because I smell everything going on.
See if these sweet potatoes are soft enough.
And so here I am trying to have a sensory overload in this kitchen this evening. Mama, them potatoes are absolutely perfect. And that ham, oh, folks, it's a tough job, but somebody has to do it. Mama's assigned me to check out these sweet taters. Now, folks, I'm telling you right now, these sweet taters are as tender as your eyeball. They are cooked to perfection. Look at that ham and that glaze. See, this grape jelly mustard combo, it makes this delicious glaze. And it is got a few carbs. Grape jelly don't come free. We put a little sprinkle of this on here, but we ain't adding no extra breads or any starches. We're trying to be as good as we can possibly be. Now, Mama, there ain't nothing green that will offend you tonight.
I'm proud of that.
But yet, this sweet taters is a super vegetable.
I like sweet potatoes.
Oh, and if you put a little cinnamon and sugar on them, you could almost say you love them, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I told on myself the other night, you remember when we got together, you and I, and we had planned, it was your mom's idea. That's what I told Mama. To pile her plate full of all them roasted vegetables and see what she said when she come back in here. I could do that tonight, and I'm telling you right now, she wouldn't be a bit mad. If I put every sweet tater on her plate, she'd come in and she'd say, well, thank you.
Well, I wouldn't be able to eat every one of them.
No, but you wouldn't care.
No.
But then the other night, you'd been mad as far.
Oh, I reckon so. That was too much green vegetables at one time.
Mad as far.
That's enough.
Did y'all ever say that? I don't know where that come from. I need to look that up. My whole life I've heard mad as far.
Far can rage sometimes.
Don't forget your cake over there.
I'm going to get it out.
Let's bless this beautiful meal. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meal. We thank you for providing it for us. We thank you for the nourishment for our bodies. And Lord, we thank you so much that we're able to sit here together and partake of it tonight. Lord, we just pray that you'll watch over us, lead, guide, and direct us. Direct our words, direct our steps, dear Lord, that we'll be in your path. Lord, we have people gathered here tonight. We have people who've asked for prayer. We have more people who've requested that we may have missed. But just to fill every need and every prayer request, those spoken and unspoken, Lord, every prayer that's out there, we just pray that you'll take your mercy and your grace and apply it. In your name we pray. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, here it is. Now, this is just like downtown. Look at that. No, those weren't fries. Those were just my chopping skills. Yeah, I know y'all love them. They're just, this was a raw sweet potato. I just chopped up any which way it would go. Now, let me tell you this. I love a big old baked sweet potato. Packed full of butter and cinnamon and sugar. This only has olive oil, and it's very tasty. No butter was hurt in the making of these potatoes. And just a little sprinkle of cinnamon and sugar. About nothing compared to what I'd want to put in a baked potato, because I'll put a whole scoop of brown sugar in them if I'm making them. Mom wants to show you her cake. She's going to taste it with a toothpick. People's talking about tasting with a toothpick. What you're looking for is what she's got right there. A clean toothpick. No batter.
And it's pulling from the...
It's brown on the edges, pulling from the
sides.
Now the chore is going to be get it cooled down before we have to put that ice in. But if it melts a little bit, we're going to ice it inside that pan anyway. It really won't hurt. But these sweet potatoes, if you're trying to cut back a little bit, but you ain't giving it all up, these are excellent and easily made. Mama's not even tasted it, have you?
Yeah, I taste the sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
They're good, yeah.
What with this month-old ham?
I ain't tried it
Been
yet.
in the freezer.
I ain't tried it yet. I
Mm.
just want to make sure the sweet potatoes is good.
That glaze. Folks, I'm going to try to show you as close up as I can. This don't leave you with a mustard or jelly mess in any way. Well, if you're going to play that way, I'll just take the whole thing to them. Can y'all see that beautiful glaze? That's what you're looking for. And it's all blended well. The jelly and the sugars in the jelly and the pectin thicken it up, make it perfect. And that little bit of mustard gives it a beautiful little zing of a flavor. It's wonderful on ham. It's wonderful on pork chops. It's kind of puts me in the mind of the balsamic, except it's not that same flavor. It's a sweeter.
Yeah. Mommy always used jelly and mustard for her ham glaze growing up.
It's a perfect glaze.
Mm-hmm.
I would use it on any pork. Pork tenderloin, pork chop, ham. You could use it on beef. There'd be nothing wrong with it. But it just makes a perfect blend with ham. Let's concentrate on this super food, sweet taters, instead of that ham and sugar so much.
They are good.
Oh my goodness. We'll probably make them this way from now on because they're so easy to make.
I like that baked with sugar and butter and good stuff all over it.
Okay, we'll make them this way most of the time because they're healthier.
Oh yeah, this is a lot healthier for you.
A lot healthier. Much the healthier. Those are delicious, Mama. You want some more?
No, I can eat all day, yeah.
I'm gonna eat me one or two more. Sweet
potato.
tater.
I could eat all that sweet potatoes and not have no leftover on that.
Oh yeah.
Might have it on ham, but not on sweet potatoes.
Yeah, we would both pick the sweet potatoes over the ham, I believe. I mean, the ham's good,
Yeah.
but I'm really getting into this roasted vegetable. I told Mama last night, I said, that cabbage was sure good. I said, but I don't want it tonight. You come up with something good. So when I come home, I said, what'd you come up with? She said, well, I've laid out some ham. And we're going to roast us some sweet taters. And I said, Mama, you've made my day.
Oh, wow.
Can you cool that cake down, Mama?
I'm going to flip the pads over and see if it's too bad.
That rack's over there if you want to sit on that rack.
Yeah, let's sit them on.
Get your rack and get some air flowing around it. We don't normally rush it, but it's got to be ready for church. It's got to have its chocolatey church outfit put on. Y'all have cooling racks.
I've got a bigger cooling rack somewhere.
That will work just fine. I can turn that ceiling fan up on high.
You trying to cool the fan, cool the cake, or freeze your mama? It's baked good.
It's baked real good. Baked real good. Folks, that's all we got tonight. Mom, you got anything you want to add?
No,
You sure?
I'm sure.
All right. You know what to say, Mama. Say goodbye, Mama.
I'm just feeling
We all knew that was coming. She'll see the video winding down. And, you know, I'll say something like, okay, folks, we're ready to go. Boom. So goodbye, Mama.
so I'm eating.
Oh, my mouthful.
I got it empty now.
Hurry, fill it up. I'm getting ready to say goodbye.
I got it empty. Goodbye, Mama. God bless you all. Have a wonderful night tonight.
Y'all have a blessed night. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. And who knows, we'll probably cook something else. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.